Hey, hola chicos y hola chicas, aquí estamos en un nuevo video y continuamos justamente donde lo dejamos en el capítulo anterior de Assassin's Creed Odyssey, continuando con esta fantástica historia, buscando darle casa a todos los de el culto del cosmos. Y bueno, vamos a hablar con el contacto de Pericles para continuar con la historia y a intentar avanzar porque llevamos ya bastante tiempo en Atenas y bueno, hay que evolucionar como en todo, ¿no? Así que vamos a esta zonita bastante civilizada como lo es Atenas, que tiene muchas estatuas, es muy bonita, súper guapa, mucha fogatita, mucho esclavo, qué bonito. Vamos allá. Ah, miren, esta es la casa de la moneda. Súper bien. Bueno, vamos para allá. Uf, bueno. Wow, esas estatuas que tienen color se me hace muy curioso. O sea, se me hace que, claro, no debían durar tanto la pintura porque, wow, qué cool. Bueno, el Bouleri, Bouteri, oh, no sé
You
cómo
must be
se
the one Pericles sent.
I am. He said there was an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't. That's what I'm for.
Wow,
If someone is exiled, can they return?
no.
If they do, they'll be punished.
What does someone have to
Eh,
do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
wow.
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the Ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from
Ujú.
the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
Ok. Vale, tengo que ir allá. A sabotear la votación. Es curioso, Pericles está haciendo tramposito, ¿eh?
Goods from all over the Greek world. You wouldn't think the city was besieged by an army of Spartans.
Vale. A 80 metros, 80 metros. Ok, muy bien, bueno, vamos aquí. Ok. Es momento de analizar rápidamente la situación. Y con la mayor precisión posible, analizar a todas las posibilidades. Vale. Aquí estos dos son el mayor peligro que hay. Así que voy a asesinarlos. Perfecto. Ahí hay alguien, ahí hay alguien aquí. Esto puede ser peligroso. Porque este alguien me puede ver. Y no es la gracia. Vale, asesinado. Luego una muerte desde las alturas. Silencio. Ok. Es que, claro, si dejo cadáveres también se van a dar cuenta, ¿no? Se van a dar cuenta que hubo tombo, pero pues ya que ya empecé a matar. De una vez empieza, no se puede parar. Bien, 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 bien. Y rápido tengo que entrar. Perfecto. Y bueno, vamos a... Lo robo. Perfecto. ¿Y dónde más puede haber? Por aquí, aquí debe haber unas escaleras, ¿no? Ok, no sé en dónde. Vale, voy a subir normal, supongo. A ver. Ah, por ahí. A ver. Eso no puedo pasar. Entonces, ¿por acá? Sí, justamente. Perfecto. Y lo robo por si acaso.
That should do it. I should let Pericles' contact know.
Perfecto. Vamos a volver. A ver qué tal. Muy bien. Esta misión estuvo... hasta ahora está súper sencilla. Súper corta. Wow. Por cierto, como pueden ver, tengo una armadura bastante oscura. Sinceramente me gusta bastante. La pude personalizar de una forma bastante dark. Y se ve muy cool. Le puse la capucha y todo. Pero es una equipación mayoritariamente negra. No al 100% porque no es posible, pero está súper cool. Vamos a ver.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. Ah, it looks like the official has arrived.
Ok.
I apologize for the delay. There was evidence someone attempted to tamper with the votes. Don't worry. The Ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
¿Qué pedo?
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant.
Hola,
It will be more
Sócrates.
difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
Would Pericles normally defend someone?
A good friend? Of course. Yet, Anaxagoras seems pleased with the result. This day has brought more questions than answers.
Ok.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best deeds
Anaxágoras.
came to fruition through our conversations.
Wow,
Who are
cool.
you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every
Okay.
action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
I know the price of actions. I have to as a mercenary.
That simple piece of information tells me more about you than your name ever could.
Sí,
Explaining
exactamente.
oneself must be carefully done.
Explaining myself would take more time than I have.
Then let us focus on a single recent event. Tell me, as a mercenary, is there anything you wouldn't do?
Pues yo usualmente tengo límites, así que...
Just because I'm a mercenary doesn't mean I'll do anything.
Even if the pay was more than adequate for the task?
Even then,
What if you were offered something you desperately needed, something you couldn't get anywhere else? Would you move this line you made for yourself?
No, por algo... No, no, no.
My line has moved countless times since I was a child. But it still exists.
And will likely move again if what you say is true.
It may.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I did what I was asked to do.
And your needs are greater than those of the man you helped ostracize. Still, you raise a fine point. Who is more responsible? Anaxagoras for getting himself mixed up in this? Or you, for simply sealing his fate?
Anaxágoras empezó la situación. Sin Anaxágoras
I'm
no
not
lo hubiera hecho.
responsible for his actions. I have one thing to think about. My own.
Then I hope you also think about today. About Anaxagoras, about choice.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know. That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
Vale, muy bien. Subimos de nivel. Uf. Oye, recién 11 minutos. Simposio de Pericles. Bueno, es momento de o conseguir una nueva habilidad o mejorarla. Es una difícil decisión. Es una decisión muy difícil, muy difícil. Porque... miren, ya justamente tengo... Ya no me causa daño la caída. Puedo hacer más daño. Que tampoco es tanto. Y adoptar osos... creo que me puede venir bien. Voy a adoptar osos. Miren, hagamos una cosa. Vamos a hacer una cosa. Esto lo tengo que tener, sí o sí. Cancelar. Esto lo necesito. Esto lo necesito y va a estar en la X. Este lo necesito en 2 niveles, de hecho. Esto lo necesito, sí o sí. Un asesinato letal lo necesito. Sombra asesina lo necesito. Acometida heroica lo necesito. Revelación lo necesito. Esto me viene bien tenerlo mejorado. Esto lo necesito. La sobrecarga me puede ser útil. Ahora, 4 niveles. 4 niveles ya es bastante. De hecho, si mejoro este y mejoro este, me da espacio para mejorar aún más el asesinato letal. Y considero que es lo que me puede venir bien. Wow, eso fue todo, pero creo que me siento más satisfecho con estas habilidades. Me siento más satisfecho porque eliminé las que no iba a usar, las que nada que ver. Bueno, ahora sí vamos a continuar habiendo hecho esto con las elecciones que hice. Porque sinceramente las flechas no es algo que uso y el veneno actualmente ya no lo uso. Así que no me sirve de nada tener eso
The watch will be vigilant here.
cuando, cuando ya no lo uso. Entonces vamos a ver. Qué bonita estatua de un toro. Bueno, vamos allá. Y a ver. Ah, claro. Pericles es el líder, así que no puedo hacer nada ante eso. Además, yo apoyo 100% a Atenas. No es algo que busque cambiar. Bueno, vamos allá. A ver. La cosa de Pericles. A ver cómo se encuentra toda la situación. Y ver si me pueden invitar a la fiesta. ¡Phoebe!
Cassandra, it's you!
Phoebe,
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
Sí, a ver cómo fue toda
How
esta
did you
situación.
even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe,
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't
Wow.
remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
Muy
I
bien.
can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No.
No, for Aspasia.
I
Eh.
don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Sí, eso es cierto.
Well... How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of
Wow.
orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That is likely. I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
Perfecto.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
Qué mona que es.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
Bueno, vamos a hablar con Heródotos.
Here, Cassandra.
Ya iré.
The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotus! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Para nada.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. and you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look
Perfecto.
it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues.
Wow.
Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw
Wow.
stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
Qué verga.
I've heard of Sophocles. In my line of work, it pays to know who the richest and most famous men are.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies. You should drink more. Lately, his attitudes have garnered more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in.
Sí.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his hand with.
Vile Socrates.
Oh,
Always appearing
Alcibiades.
where I least expect him. Warrior,
Yes.
protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
This party could be fun. Alcibiades drinks like a Spartan. Maybe he fights like one too.
If I could suggest anything, please don't start a fight or end one.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
Vale.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Sí.
Me too.
Vamos a socializar. Oh,
And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the gods who are the source of justice?
What? No! Have you been listening to nothing I say?
y a ver.
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
Spare me. I'm only looking for clues to help me find a Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You
Well.
could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculus, Xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
You want to get Euripides drunk? Are you hoping he's gonna make an even bigger scene than you did?
Ha! We both know that's not possible. But you're a feisty one, to say the least.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know
Ok,
whenever
vale,
Pires is
vale.
done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
How do you know Pericles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I'm the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepius, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen. You're awfully worked up over Euripides. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood.
Oh,
Why he slams it with that banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
bueno.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Bueno. Y...
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
Vengo por el pino.
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
Ujú. Perfecto. Aceite de oliva, vale.
A new face in Pericles' abode! Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the Orange Ape. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Cassandra.
I wouldn't peg you as a Cassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides?
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though...
Quickly! Bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
Vale.
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
Si le digo una mentira.
I'm Pericles' new servant. I'd be happy to bring some wine.
An Athenian servant, you. And these are wine-pouring muscles.
I was a rower on Pericles' ship where he took pity on me. Now I pour wine for people who question my word. And his.
I wasn't questioning. Perhaps one drink.
Vale.
Pericles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Pericles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the
Okay.
charm of a typical politician.
Joder,
Horrible voice,
Aristófanes,
bad
por favor.
breeding, and vulgar manners.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
Vale.
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
Ready for more?
Yeah, I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more!
Ok.
You ready for another?
This wine is terrible.
You, I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in
Okay.
Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I
Okay.
love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Practice in Argos. Here I come.
No, pero quiero, ya saben, entrar aquí. Vaya, con cabra y todo, güey.
Someone's being hurt. Open this door or I'll kick it in!
No, don't mind her. She likes to watch.
Look at you.
Look at you. Such authority. Such aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
I only came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we can help each other then, doesn't it? You fetch us a bit of oil.
Yo lo traigo.
I help you find who you're looking for. Maybe they're in here.
She's not in there.
I think I'll check all the same.
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
Time for some fun. You'll have to help me strip off these uncomfortable Athenian robes.
Gladly. If you like, we can feed them to the goat.
There's another goat?
Verga. Wow.
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm
Ali.
looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Ok. Héteras.
The Athera. I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. False. And the only ones there with any smarts. Ali! Come back inside! Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anfusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Go.
Thusha in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
Bien. Aceite y amor. Vamos a ir a la cocina. A hablar con nuestro querido aliado.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
Ouch. Bueno. Vamos a hablar con...
Being so new to Athens and gaining access to this symposium is no small feat. Though you said there are things you wouldn't do, you gained Pericles' trust so quickly.
I've made my choice.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
A
You
ver.
have been arguing a single point all night and no one has a black eye? You have my attention.
Tiene unos
We're
amigos.
discussing the nature of rules. We're better to do so than here. I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachus.
Amo los debates con
Would
Sócrates.
you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
Gobierna la injusticia.
I've seen enough of the world to know that there are no just rulers. Even Pericles is self-serving.
Is a Spartan general who brings order to his troops, thereby saving his own life, self-serving? I'm not sure that's the case.
Ruling a city and fighting in battle are different things.
By practicing the art of war, doesn't the general guarantee some of his troops a ferry ride to Hades, when a swift retreat would save all their lives?
You just said a general isn't self-serving when he brings order to his troops. Then you said he is self-serving because retreating would save the lives of his men? What are you trying to say?
I never tried to say anything.
But you just said those things.
I said the words, but I didn't say anything at all. I only attempted to gain your view on the matter.
You're wasting your time. Aspasia.
Verga. Sócrates. Pinche moscardón.
I couldn't help but notice your talent for debate. Well done.
Socrates is an interesting character.
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Cassandra can have him. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Cassandra will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is
Aspasia.
Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
I did what I had to, and I'd do it again. I make no apologies.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
These may be the nicest clothes I've ever worn, but I feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
Okay.
I'm searching for a woman who fled Sparta with her child years ago. I was hoping you might help.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman, Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is
Xenia.
When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for.
Okay.
Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
Perfecto. ¿En dónde pueden estar las escaleras? Porque quiero subir civilizadamente. Civilizadamente, ¿por dónde puede ser? ¿Por acá? Justamente por acá, ¿no? No. Ok. Esta es la cocina, así que lo dudo. Solamente me queda una entrada. Vale. Perfecto. Porque no quiero ponerme a escalar aquí en mitad de toda la gente. Pericles. Heródotos.
Cassandra!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
Aspasia told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
She says I don't interact with our guests enough. But these parties aren't for me. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
¿Por qué?
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
Okay.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
Why send Antiochos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
Vale.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
Spartans outside the walls, people crammed inside. I don't envy you.
Even so, there isn't another city I'd rather live in.
I can't
¿Para qué
say
este
I
lugar es
know
la
how
playa?
that feels.
When you find your place, you'll know it.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
El tiempo lo dirá. Vale. Sí o sí tengo que bajar de forma legal. Ah, bueno, menos mal, no perdí el tiempo escalando como idiota en un pilar. Bueno. Vamos a ver. Wow, estoy cardo.
You look tired.
Only of conversation.
Ah, sí.
I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
Creo que...
There's a
Corintia.
woman in Corinth I'd like to talk to.
I've heard about that place from Alcibiades. He says you don't go there to talk.
Alcibiades says a lot of things.
He sure does. Before you go, I heard something from Aspasia about Kefalonia.
What is
Sí.
it?
She said there was some sort of plague. You don't think... My friend, the blood fever.
Don't think like that. Whatever happened on Kefalonia isn't our fault. I'll go myself and find out if this plague even happened, okay?
Okay, thanks. I knew I could count on you.
Ah, es que seguramente ya nos lo habían avisado que las plagas eran reales. Ah, carajo. Pero es que era la amiga de Phoebe, no pensaba matarla.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope, I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Cassandra.
Qué tierno. Perfecto. Esto ya sería todo por el capítulo de hoy. Uf. Espero que les haya gustado el video. Si es así, dejen un me gusta. Si no es así, dejen un no me gusta. Todo este tipo de cosas me sirven para ir mejorando poco a poco. Nos estaremos viendo en un próximo video.